thanks for clicking. You're listening to Time In with yours truly, Tommy Grinshaw. With me, as always, the scratch and sniff Ricardo Lungus.
Hey, you gotta scratch and you gotta make sure what you're sniffing ain't wrong. Sometimes you scratch some good cheese. Got some good cheese. You give it, scratch that a little bit, give it a little smell. If it's stinky, you got something going on. Ain't that right, Tommy?
Yeah, stinky cheese is great. I mean, it's good.
I mean, it fills your belly, it warms your heart. That's what it is. You gotta love some stinky cheese. You get your little stinky cheese and put it on your cracker. Maybe get you a little provolone. Maybe get you a little prosciutto. To go along with it. Hey, it's good times.
It's good. Yeah, you just gotta know what you're doing. I try to do the whole I made a homemade fondue pot. I was taking pottery lessons. You spin the wheel. It's when the movie Ghost was popular. Everybody had to get one of those. They were going to have a sexy moment. And, it was my second wife, and I thought she was coming up behind me, but it was the golden retriever. Then by knee-jerk reaction, I threw the dog, into the pot and spun it. And it was it was about a $3,000 veterinarian bill just to... I just wanted to dip some cheese in there. Just dip some hot cheese. But the dog ruined it all. And
you have problems sometimes. I mean, people sneak up on you, and you react. You got bam. You got to be there. You can't just be. You can't be play sated just being around. You gotta have your head on swivel. You gotta know what's going on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the guy that knows what's going on, that keeps his head on a swivel, it's Mr. Anthony North. How you doing, Anthony?
Hey, Ricardo. I'm doing excellent. I love the cheese talk. I feel like I'm back home again, and it just warms my heart to hear cheese lovers unite.
Oh, back. Were you back home in the old cheese farm?
Back on the cheese farm. I mean, I spent most of the time in the cheese cave. We were big into aged cheeses, so I spent months in the cave, just mastering Parmigiano, Reggiano, working on a little Gouda. Our family specialized in cheese. That's where I started to, really start appreciating the finer things in life.
What about the curds? You ever had the cheese curds?
I'm not a cheese curd fan, Tommy. I'm just, I don't like.
You go straight for the cheese.
I don't know.
Cheese curds, yeah. You haven't spent a lot of time in Wisconsin. I mean, that's a cheese curd capital. There's other places that have them, but Wisconsin is known for cheese curds and quarterbacks that throw games.
Hey, I don't know. Hey, I got nothing on that one. I'm not saying nothing about that, Tommy. You're talking about the quarterbacks throwing games. I got nothing on that one. But you do bring up a point about, the NFL has started back. We got QBs are playing out there, and we, hey, let's do a little rundown of what we think about the QB play going on. What do we think? What do you think, Tommy? What do you think about some of the QB play out there?
I thought a lot of it was garbage. I mean, flat out garbage.
A little bit here and there.
Trevor Lawrence. I mean, you got to give the guy some slack. He's
a baby. He's a new guy.
Yeah, but they're touting these guys. They're blowing them up like they're nobody's business. The guy throws 3 picks, 3 touchdowns, got 300 yards. You give him that, but at the end of the day, you got to come out with a W, my friend. I mean, this is not this is not the ACC anymore. I mean, you're playing in the big show.
Hey, at least he didn't have to, limp along Tebow with him. At least
I do that.
But people out there with him.
But you lose to a team that seems lost in the park, 37-21 to Houston. I mean, you got a 70.1 quarterback rating.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
But he's not the worst one. I give him a little bit of a pass. I give Josh Allen a pass. He had a rough because you're playing the Steelers. Steelers are just dominant. Steelers probably gonna go to the Super Bowl.
TJ was out there trying to earn that money. That's what TJ was out there doing.
Yeah, that's right. He got paid. Yeah, he got the big bucks, the big clams. But some people say that he should have gotten more. That was the problem.
Hey, pay the man. That's what I say.
Yeah,
pay the man.
It's the Steelers. They're like I don't know. They're like Oz. I don't know what they do. They give you your wishes. You better be happy with what you get. You go away, the cowardly lion, got a brain, and sailed away on a flying monkey. I forget how that movie turned out.
I didn't watch it actually. I don't really know anything about the movie.
There's something about a lion riding a flying monkey that just sticks out in my head, doing like loop-de-loops.
Hey, but what about the Lions? Well, the Lions. We're talking about Lions. Who's up there now? They traded Cousins for Stafford.
Wait, whoa! Cousins for Stafford.
Was that the Lions or was that
we're talking about somebody being lost in the park.
Oh yeah, I forget, Tommy. I forget who went where. Who's up there?
No, golf. Yeah, golf.
Golf. It was golf. That's
what up there.
I can't remember everything, Tommy. I'm getting older. I can't remember every person that throw the football.
But speaking of golf's old team, the LA Rams, they trounced another guy who is completely lost in the park. Is Andy Dalton. Why is he good? Anyway, go down the list. You got him. You got Tannehill, which lost the Cardinals 38-13 at a 74 rating.
I give Tannehill just a little bit of a pass because Chandler Jones was all up, or was Chandler or Chris Jones, one of the Jones boys. He was on him five. Well, I think he sacked him 5 times that day. He was all in his face. Like he could barely step back to pass the ball.
Yeah, okay, you're gonna blame it on the O-line. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, so Tua barely had an 80 at 79. Lost to the guy that everyone's ranting and raving about in New England. Yeah. It's just a lot of bad quarterback play. Matt Ryan, I think, was one of the worst. Matty Ice. I mean, Rosen had to come in and try to save it. A 32-6 loss. I mean, that's. I keep in mind, Matt Ryan, just a few years ago, had an amazing feat of a 5,000-yard passing season.
Definitely.
Not to mention Drew Brees had already done it 4 or 5 times before. But,
that's neither here nor there, Tommy.
Yeah, the guy does it once and he gets a parade. Just like the parade they threw Joe Burrow after he came off with the W. Granted, he had a good game, he played, but you're going to go to overtime. This is what I think. I think you got to get rid of overtime. And I used to be against this. I think you need to win the game. If you don't, you deserve a tie. That's it. A tie is basically a pretty loss.
I mean, but I guess I can see that. A pretty loss from both teams. But you got to give Joey Burrow, you got to give him a little credit. He also got sacked 5 times and he won his game. He only missed 7 passes the entire time, 2 touchdowns. He threw that pretty bomb to his old homeboy, from LSU, Chase. He threw that bomb to him. Got that TD.
Yeah.
I mean, he looked good for somebody. His guy's knee all wickedy wackly and smacked around last season. Came back, got the rehab. Speaking of another guy who came back, got the rehab. He he's doing good, looked good, even though he lost. Old Dak Prescott. 403 yards. 403 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception.
Gotta win the game, though.
But he threw the ball 58 times.
I know, you gotta win the
game. The way I look at it, he can't play both sides of the ball. And Dallas don't know how to, run the football.
Yeah. What happened to old Murray? I mean, those days are gone, right?
Yeah, back when they had somebody that could run the ball, he's up there running the ball at Baltimore now. Even though they lost too, you gotta be able to run the ball. You can't give old Tom Brady that much time. He knows what to do with it. Ain't that right, Anthony?
Yeah. Look at it. I mean, the NFL quarterbacks, it's based on age these days. The oldest guys win the most. So if you're Ben Roethlisberger, if you're Tom Brady.
Aaron Rodgers, Matt Ryan, those guys.
No. See, those guys are young. I'm talking about old. I'm talking about 45 years old. I'm talking about collecting AARP benefits in 10 years.
Yeah, well, some people think that
they like tapioca pudding.
They like tapioca. I don't know if that's TB12 approved. Tom Brady, he's allergic to a few different a few things that maybe I think are staples of an everyday healthy lifestyle. I mean, Coca-Cola.
Loyalty to a team. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I think Brady's a little un-American sometimes, but that's why he left the Patriots. That's a different topic. So, I think we gotta respect the fact that when you're an aging quarterback, you really you see the game different. And and another guy, I think that we need to probably pay some respect to is Russell Wilson.
He was good.
He looked fantastic. He looked fantastic.
Definitely.
I mean, the ball comes out of his hand beautifully. He throws it. He throws it like it's like 95-mile-an-hour sliders. Patrick Mahomes. I felt like these guys, they're setting the bar kind of high. But I felt bad. I felt bad for some of my old friends in the league. I'm not sure where their careers are going these days, but I know you talked about Aaron Rodgers. But I felt some sympathy for the guy.
No, but going back to Russell Wilson, you realize who's sitting back there waiting, licking his lips? Geno Smith.
Geno Smith. I mean,
dude.
Geno Smith. He's like, he's decent. He's a decent fella. He's like a Chase Daniels to me. He's like a, he's
a Teddy Bridgewater.
If you need a backup, you need a backup, you call him.
He's semi-mobile, and that's the guy you want. You want a semi-mobile guy.
I mean, he's semi-mobile, but when he makes that throw, he's not as accurate.
But he's doing the same thing that Jameis Winston did. Jameis Winston sat beneath Breeze, So what's the next greatest thing?
But Geno Smith has sat behind a bunch of quarterbacks. I mean, he sat behind quarterbacks all over the place.
Yeah, but not the quality of Russell Wilson. Who did he sit behind? I forget. I didn't realize he was still in the league until somebody's like, I realized who Seattle's got. Geno Smith.
He was behind like Flacco or something. I don't know.
Well, Flacco's a backup right now.
Yeah.
Come on now. Flacco's a backup quarterback for the Eagles, which he's never going to see game time. I mean, come on now.
To me, Geno Smith, he's a guaranteed backup player. He's a guaranteed number 2. You come in, you want to do a trick play like they did with Marcus Mariota, you bring in Geno Smith. That's like they're doing with Jacoby Brissett. That's what you do with Geno Smith.
Yeah, but Geno's been there since 2019. I mean, he didn't just get there.
He's still a backup. He ain't number 1 material in my opinion.
Yeah,
no offense, Geno. I'm just saying, you're not number 1. It just ain't gonna work.
Did you watch the Saints game at all? This is the guy that threw 30 touchdowns to 30 picks. I mean, this guy was in fuego. I mean, this guy was moving the ball when he had to. He threw it away when he had to throw it away. This guy was, you talk about Wonderlic test. I mean, he probably was scoring.
But the thing is, Jameis Winston could always throw the ball.
Yeah.
He would just sometimes throw it to the wrong person. That's not a problem.
He could
always throw the ball.
That's not a problem.
He could always throw the ball. He could throw but he would throw 5,000 yards in a season. But the 500 that he threw to the other team, they never counted.
Yeah.
That's what Jameis Winston
did.
You're saying you got to remember, too, Jameis couldn't see until this offseason. Jameis just learned to see.
Yeah.
And now he's having some memory issues. They always say, the senses kind of compensate for each other. So when your vision comes back, your memory goes away. And that's what helps Brady. I think Brady's probably, he's been knocked around a little bit. And he's forgot more than most guys know. And that helps a quarterback. And I think Jameis is starting to, he's got some years of experience on him. His memory's fading. I think that makes him a better quarterback.
He was behind Breeze, and Breeze told him, "Hey, throw wherever Sean tells you to throw the ball." That's
okay,
basically
so it's not
what
the quarterback, it's the coach. I think there's a marriage, but
no, I'm telling you, that's what Breeze told him. He said, "Hey, Jameis, wherever Sean tells you to throw the ball, that's where you throw the ball."
Right.
That's what
that's
you do.
right.
But you know what you're going to see with his offensive coordinator, Pete Carmichael Jr. The guy tested positive for COVID, from what I understand. Like half the coaching staff did. And a player, and a player, and the player was Michael Thomas. So you're not missing anybody there. But
very true.
But let's see what Sean Payton does without Pete Carmichael. I mean, that's.
Well, I think he's gonna, I think Jameis he's got a few pigeons out there that can relay the message from Carmichael, to the stadium. I think that's Jameis's style. He's a unique fellow, so I'm looking for the pigeon messengers to help during this game.
Hey, you gotta have them, those pigeon messages. You gotta get the plays in. That's just the way it does. You gotta get it in there some way. The way I look at it, all the QBs this weekend, lots of people had some troubles. Lots of people stumbled.
Some people threw games.
Some people threw games. That's neither here nor there. I mean, I'm not getting into that. But I think a lot of people have a lot of room to grow. There's a lot of QBs out there with room to grow.
Yeah,
and a lot of
Trevor
people
Lawrence.
trying to get.
His brain
exactly. And there's a lot of people trying to get this.
You cut your hair. Don't let your hair grow. Let your brain grow. I mean, that's just
you got there's room to grow. But I think there's gonna be some QBs. There are gonna be some QBs that are gonna start sliding down the slippery slope, and they ain't never gonna recover again.
Who's the 12-year-old playing? The 12-year-old quarterback.
Wait, are you talking about Kyler Murray? He just looks 12. He's just short. He just looks 12.
The Jets guy.
What's that old the Zach Wilson?
Yeah, Zach Wilson. Yeah,
he looks like he's 14, 12 years old.
The
whatever.
Doogie Howser football player, isn't that? I mean, could you have how young of an NFL player could you get a Doogie Howser football player? Like,
well, I mean, technically not in the NFL because they got to do 1 year of college. But if you have one of those super smart kids,
you
get one of those super smart kids.
Yeah,
he could go to like what you call that, like Harvard or something at age 15.
Yeah,
and
you can do that.
Then he plays 3 years, but he'll still be 18. He would have to try to get in there like super early.
Yeah,
yeah.
You could have a 14-year-old. You could probably have a 14-year-old NFL quarterback. I mean, he's tall enough. I mean, you only got to be, what, like 5'9", 5'10", like Drew Brees, Russell Wilson. And,
exactly. I mean, that's all you really need, And I mean, he could have a good arm. He could have a 12-year-old maybe with a good arm, but you got to play 3 years of college before you can do anything.
Yeah, but that's fine. He could do that. I think that'd be great to see a Doogie as a quarterback.
It'd be wild. So basically, you heard it here first, folks. We are looking for the Doogie Howser of the NFL.
And
looking for him. Come on.
You heard it here first, folks. Anthony North has inside information that stool pigeons will be used in communication between Jameis Winston and the coaching staff of the New Orleans Saints.
I've got my sources, and they're backing this story up 100%. So keep an eye out for the pigeons. If I was the fan, I'd bring a poncho. If you're sitting close to the offensive side of the field, bring a poncho.
And that's the end of the game. Thanks for tuning in. You've been listening to Time In with me, Ricardo Longus, Tommy Crenshaw, and Anthony North, TTFN.